Nah, okay, I need to turn my volume.
Oh,
I leveled up! What the heck? No way!
Let's go!
Welcome everybody to another Growtopia video. My name is ShadowSurfer, and today I got Thush here with me.
Oh my gosh, my ears, hey.
Anyways, so we kind of have sort of an interesting video where we're kind of just gonna talk the entire time and just farm, because Thush has like 40 farms of stuff that we need to get done. And so we were kind of just in a call talking about this before. We're gonna talk about the topic of the last guild event and why people have had such a problem with it. And then we're just gonna talk about kind of our opinions on it, and then give sort of information from the forums. And then as you guys see in the news, there's this new update thing where you can visit the forums and then you could leave a feedback about the leaderboards in the poll. And so we're going to talk about that as well. And yeah, that's about it. We're kind of just going to sit here and farm and talk. This is kind of what me and Thush do usually, but we just decided to record it today. So yeah, you ready?
A little bit different. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, okay, I guess you farm above. Nah, okay, I need to turn my volume.
Oh,
I leveled up! What the heck? No way!
All I hear is...
That doesn't happen ever. Bro, shout out to level 43.
Wow, pro.
Alright, anyways, so I'm gonna have a video out this Friday of Turtle Squad episode... whatever episode we're in, I totally forgot. But I'm gonna have an episode of that out on Friday of us going through the guild event. I know it's kind of late, but I like to upload them every Friday. Regarding like some of the recent events, we kind of just wanted to put out this video Tuesday because it's pretty interesting. There's a lot of cool points that we could bring up. It could really change what's gonna happen with guild events in the future. So I guess first we could start talking about what happened with the guild events and the guild rewards.
Yeah. Well, starting off, you know, you get these little shimmy chests, and they're usually not the greatest thing in the world.
So I haven't even collected my guild reward yet. So after the guild event, after your guild has participated in the guild event, you can go back to the Grow Events tab, scroll down, and then you can claim whatever guild reward you got. And I guess that's based off of like how your guild placed. I don't even know how that works, but I just claimed it, and so yeah, so it is based off how you placed.
Wait,
so
go ahead and open the chest.
Yeah, I got a bronze guild chest because our guild was ranked 92. I'm not going to go over the stats in this video. That's going to be the video for Friday. So if you want to know all of our stats and what really happened with that, and then how we got ranked 92, then you can go watch that video. But that'll be out on Friday. All right, so let's use this. I got a guild banner horizontal for getting ranked 92.
You want to see what I got?
Yeah, what'd you get? Nice. Quality prizes.
It was very worth the effort.
So that's kind of the big issue that people were having with this update entirely. So if we look at the forums here, this is kind of the first forum post about the event. And he basically just kind of ranted about, so he was in Ancients Guild, which is the guild that Jackbo was in, who, if you guys didn't know, if we check the leaderboards here, we can go to user leaderboard. Jackbo scored 28.7 million XP. He was ranked number 2 out of any single user.
He'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, that was the worst Great British, or what? Not Great British accent. That was the worst.
British. Great British.
Alright, so basically, this guy, he was talking about how the Ancients Guild, they placed number 2 on the leaderboard. And then Jackbo placed number 2 in the user leaderboard as well. They opened 36 gold chests, and they got absolute trash out of them. Like, just flags, sabers, and merlins. Like, sabers and merlins, like, those are some of the oldest rare items in the game, and they're like, people don't want those anymore, you know?
Not for that much effort, at least.
Yeah, exactly. And so what pretty much everyone was saying who scored in the top was that it didn't reward the players for their hard work. And it's almost as if they were sort of just luck-based. And so, like, even some of the lower guilds had way better prizes. Also, what this guy was saying was he was ranked number 12 on the user leaderboard and only got 9 tokens. Also, there were guilds like Chicken Dinner who didn't get anything good either. I think, are they ranked number 1? I think they are.
Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah, Chicken Dinner. So
Yeah.
I don't think any of them got anything good out of their guild chests either. So like I said, the prizes for grinding as hard as they did were just absolute god awful, and like it didn't really even separate the top guys from the lower people, and that's an issue. That's a real problem, and that's why people are really mad. Yeah, it is broken.
I think they rushed it too soon. I feel like it was more of a like this is my theory. You noticed how the Easter update was very late, and
Yeah.
you can kind of assume that was like something they released it like in between that update and St. Patty's.
Yeah.
So you can assume that they rushed it out just as something to like keep the community like calm for the moment.
You're saying they rushed out the guild events?
Yeah, I feel like they were still working on things and they just decided to rush it out.
Yeah. I think it was either that or just they didn't understand what they were really doing with it. I think now what they're trying to do is really just learn from it. And so basically they have, all right, so the next forum post we have here is if we go to the news, we can go to visit forum poll. You guys can click that. It'll take you to this thread by Mitch, who is our community manager. And
the
so
Growtopia guy.
Yeah, the guy who does the Growtorials. And so he put this post up on the forums right here. I'll put it up on the screen. They basically, I would imagine they've been getting a lot of negative feedback on this because like there hasn't been a lot of times when Ubisoft will come back and then try and like fix their mistakes, but I guess there was just so much negative feedback on this guild event that they really felt like they had to put this up, you know? Like, yeah, I think the guilds in its entirety are like one of the greatest updates to come in like the past year, honestly. But the way they did the events are very poorly. They basically are saying, we're Ubisoft, we understand that people do not like what's happening with the guild events, and they said there's a bigger update for June to follow, which I don't know if that's a guild update or it's just an update separate from it. But so he's saying right now that there are 2 options that the community can vote on. Option 1, we stop running the guild events for now and relaunch them in June with all the planned updates, including a bunch of new items and rewards. And you'll still be able to level up your guild and such, but there will be no events until June. That's option 1.
That's where it brings up my theory again, and thought that they released it early because they say June as planned.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm assuming that it was early release, and they were just like, all right, we need something to like throw out there real quick.
Yeah, and so there's option 2. We keep running the guild events as they currently are with the next event, Crystals and Geiger Hunt, starting in a few days. Guilds will still get their updates in June as planned, but the events will continue in their current format until then. The rest of this says basically they're still working on fixing sort of the guild stuff. It's not like set in stone. They can always tweak sort of like how often guild events happen and things like that. Basically, you can vote on this poll up here. So it seems like that there's an even split between stopping them and keeping them. But alright, so basically they're planning on, or they initially planned on having the events every 3 days, which in my opinion, that's way too soon. Okay, and the update, the events last for how long? 3 days?
I think it's like 2 days.
Okay, it's either 2 or 3. The events will last for 2 or 3 days, which honestly, that's still too long, in my opinion. Especially for, okay, they could leave the guild event lasting that long if they had guild events less common.
Like, let's say if they had, like, they do this frequently, right?
Yeah.
And they actually add some new items or something that you can get that are cool and exclusive, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you bring it so often, it's not really exclusive anymore. It's not really that good anymore. And then it becomes irrelevant, kind of like Comment Event is kind of irrelevant now. Apocalypse is kind of irrelevant now. You know, that kind of deal. And what you want to do is make it non-irrelevant, but where you won't have to constantly update it, because if you have it so frequently, you're gonna constantly need to add things to keep people from getting tired of it and mad about it and like, oh well, there's no point to this anymore.
Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna give you guys my opinion on this. I think the prizes out of the guild events were just absolute trash. Like it shouldn't have been those prizes in the first place. Either one, they should have been rare prizes that either new items or untradeable items. One of those two should have been given to the top users on the leaderboard and the top guilds. Or two, they should have told people beforehand what the prize rolls would be. So because I know Jack Bow, he was expecting. So Jack Bow, I know him. Me and Thush know Jack Bow insanely well. Like I've known Jack Bow since 2013, and so we know him really well. We talk to him pretty much every day, and he basically was saying that he grinded so hard because he basically expected there to be an insanely rare item given to the first user, or even the users just in the top 10. Which honestly, it was very misleading by Ubisoft to hype up the event so much. And then just to give out stuff that really didn't even matter, like grow tokens and guild flags and things like that. Like that shouldn't have been a thing.
Those things are like maybe for a starter player that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But like for the players that are getting to those ranks,
Yeah.
clearly they have some experience and clearly they've been trying very hard.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. So,
And he said he spent like what he gained from that was like 1/4 of what he spent basically in comparison.
yeah. All right, so Thush, what would you say they should do? Option 1 or option 2? Should they stop the guild events entirely or should they keep them going?
I think they should stop them for now.
Yeah,
and fix
I agree.
What they have wrong.
Yeah. So, I completely agree.
And just take our suggestions into mind.
Yeah. Yeah, so honestly, I completely agree with that. I feel like they should stop the events because, like, I feel like even they shouldn't have had the event in the first place, to be honest. If it wasn't complete and if it wasn't what it's going to be like in June when they actually add cool items and, like, they tweak the guild events more to the players' liking, I feel like they shouldn't have had it. And it wasn't fair to the players who really, like, I know Jack Bow, he literally played, I think, 17 hours Saturday and then 18 or 19 hours Sunday. Like, and he was farming the whole time. Like, that's insane. And he just got, oh my gosh, I can't even fathom, like, how he must feel right now to just get those items after grinding that hard to get that much XP. But it's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they should stop the events, mainly because I feel like people should focus more right now just on growing their guild, you know? Just getting XP and really growing it, because guilds are relatively new. They don't need to push out guild events as quickly as they did. There's no point in doing that when a lot of the guilds are, like, there's guilds still being created today. We're still grinding to get to level 5. I'll have the video of upgrading us to level 4 and going through the guild events out on Friday of Turtle Squad Adventures. But yeah, I feel like people right now should just continue to focus on growing their guild instead of focusing on an event that really doesn't give you much gain.
I agree fully on that, honestly. There's not really anything else they can really do right now for it.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Well, okay, what they can do is just continue to go off of player criticism and player feedback and then put that all in an update in June.
Maybe this was a tactic to get more feedback. And like,
okay, well, that's pushing it. So I really don't think it matters whether they stop them or keep them going, but if they keep them going, there's going to be very little participation from people like in the top guilds or just guilds in general, because there's no point in getting some of the items that come out of it, I guess.
Yeah, the only like cooperation you'll have for me is just me breaking my stuff normally.
Yeah. So the next event is apparently Crystals and Geigers, which who knows if that's even going to happen, because they could just stop the events entirely. I feel like they're going to keep them going, but I really hope Ubisoft right now is listening to the player base and is going to put out an update in June that has rare prizes, that has just really cool items that people can get from winning these guild events. And I think that's what they really need to do right now. Really what I want you guys to do now is go type /news, go down to the forum poll and just vote. Whatever, you have to have a forum account obviously to vote, but just vote on whatever you feel like the best option were to be, to either stop the guild events or keep them going.
And maybe even add some criticism in the comments there for them to see.
Yeah, give some constructive feedback on the guild events, because I know Ubisoft is looking at them, and I hope they fix them. If they don't, then I'm going to be actually angry.
He'll have a tantrum. Don't let him. You already see he's kind of green like the Hulk. You don't know what he's doing.
Wow! Oh my god! Just call me the Hulk.
Hey, that's a compliment, bro.
Well, really the main purpose of this video was to sort of just have a conversation on this, because I think it's important when things like this come out and when updates like this come out that are extremely flawed and have a lot of just, I don't know, bad things about it. That definitely need to be changed. I think it's important to have a conversation about it. And I think it's important to let our developers know how we feel about it in order to get the things changed. See, the reason we're getting so just like involved into this is because guild events have so much promise and so much potential that I want them to be as perfect as possible. And if that means criticizing Ubisoft on what they've done with the guild events, then that's what that means. They want the feedback, but make sure you're being positive, you're being constructive, and yeah, that's basically what we ask.
Downright rude about it.
Yeah, don't be rude. They're learning as much as we are from the game, and from creating it and updating it and things like that. So I know this was kind of a long video, guys, and we didn't get very much farming done, to be honest, but it's fine. Yeah, guys, I know this was kind of a long video.
Oh my gosh, you're taking all my gym.
I don't know if you found it interesting. I hope you did. If you want more videos of just me and like Thush or just another friend sitting here talking, then I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Thush, any final words?
Yeah, I do. Stay safe. Stay frosty. Yeah, we got the Hulk here and me.
God.
We're going out. We're leaving.
I want to thank Thush for joining me. His channel will be linked at the top of the description. Subscribe to him. Guys, if you have feedback on this event, leave it down in the comments, leave it on the forums, talk about it in game. Let's have a conversation about this, whether it be in the comments, on the forums, whatever. Definitely leave your feedback around. So yeah, like I said, guys, look forward to a Turtle Squad Adventures episode coming out Friday on the guild event. It's gonna be late, but it's gonna be a good one. And yeah, thank you, Thush, for joining me. If you liked the video, give the video a like, subscribe if you're new, and this is ShadowSurfer signing out. See ya!